Hey, 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 Tommy Tell the Truth here. What's up?
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy.
You're making me
I just
crazy.
wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I'm really sick of living, stuck and trapped in the system. You're just a brick in the wall, and I got my back up against it. I represent the resistance, they want me back up in prison. But I'm the master of my path, and I won't slack on my mission. You're lacking the vision, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They hide the truth in plain view, right in front of your face. I used to think the world was normal, but that wasn't the case. We're just some goyim on a hamster wheel, running in place. Turn up the bass, I grab the microphone, and all I do is rock it. This little light of mine, I let it shine, and you can't stop it. But there's nothing these corporations just won't do for profit. This fake ass world that we live in is sick, it's truly toxic. If you don't see it that way, okay, then keep talking. Don't bump into that wall while you're sleepwalking. The alarm is going off, I hear it beep often. I'm at the double doors of truth, I'm gonna keep knocking.
I just want to live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy.
You're making me crazy.
Fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I refuse to just go quietly
Into the night.
There's forces of darkness at work and they're restricting the light. I'm so fed up with the lies they tell us this isn't right. It's ODDTV, you best believe I'll get up and fight. This is my plight, I'll never let you cowards get the best of me. Took the red pill, now it's time to fulfill my destiny. Living like I'm Neo, dipping from my PO. Tripping on me cause I am the one and he's a zero. Hot like a jalapeno, bringing heat that you just can't avoid. I call out bullshit and lies, they call me paranoid. People are just foolish, full of hate, they get angry. Point out the truth about reality, they label you crazy. Just a glitch in the system, you're a critical thinker. And no, they don't want that. Fuck them, give them the finger. I do it every single day with each and everything I say. I'm not living like a victim, it doesn't have to be this way.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way. Doesn't have to be this way.
Oh man, I don't know. I always enjoy that song and most of his songs. So. Hello, hello. Only 3 people. I love it when it's this late. Nobody's even up. I don't have a lot of residue to share tonight, so I probably won't be on long. I had to sit in front of a county jail tonight for 4 hours. That was no fun. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm going to play one more song here and then I will get busy with the residues.
And in case there are any conspiracy theorists out there, how would you prove to us that you're in zero gravity?
Mind control to Major D's.
Earth is flat and there's a dome above us all. This is mind control to Major Tom. We've fooled the human race. Now the existence of God is so far away.
Mind control to Major D's. Mind control to Major Black Tom.
Earth is flat and there's a dome above us all.
Alrighty then. Shizzle nizzle. Oh, let me stop the screen share for a minute and say hello, hello, hello. I am live. Brian and Rose had a good show. If you missed it, you should watch it. And yep. They covered a lot of our favorite topics, including the Mandela effect, of course. And I haven't been live in a little over a week because I was sick with the flu. Lovely, not. Sometimes the flu is worse than others, and I don't believe in, the hype. So, of course, it's just the seasonal flu, folks. But it was a bad case of it, and I know that I got it from my granddaughter, who I had sleeping in my bed, 2 nights in a row, little baby granddaughter, and she was sick for several days already, and I didn't even know she was sick, but she got as bad as I did too in the time frame that I was sick. But anyway, so yeah. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I don't necessarily believe in the whole germ theory, but I'm telling you that, she had a bug and gave it to me because I was perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, and she wasn't. And my dumbass, had her sleeping next to me and playing with her, and her fingers from her mouth to my mouth, all that kind of stuff, and I'm telling you, she got me sick But anyway, this show is not about that. And, let's move on to the residue. All right. I see push button 62. Good to see you. You were in the chat with everybody else in Brian and Rose's show earlier. Let me. I really don't like wearing headphones, but I always seem to have to wear them because everybody else does. But anyway, they bother me when I'm live. Let's see. I see Bonita Banks, Warning Sky Dome, Derek Lemire, Joe King, Mental Pancakes. Hello, hello. And Brian Stavely earlier, but he probably went to bed since he was live for hours there. Like I said, I don't have a bunch of residue tonight, but I'm always trying to bring something to y'all when I can. And I think I better. Ooh, I got a problem here. Let me mute real quick. Yeah, that's not going to help. Thank you for letting me know I was muted. What I was just asking y'all was, do I sound and look okay? Because this is the first time I've used StreamYard in months, and I usually use Restream, but I've had some audio issues on there. So Brian was like, "Why don't you try StreamYard?" So I was like, "All right, And so yeah, let me know if it sounds good now and looks good. Of course, with me not being muted, but yeah, I still need to get a new stinking webcam at some point because this one's just a few years old and it doesn't have the best quality picture. Anyway, my sponsor, Flat Earth Farms. Woo woo woo. Gotta love the farm. Gotta love the flower and dabs and vape and fungi and all the good stuff grown in North Cali there by our good buddy Daryl and others that help out. I hope to visit the farm this year or by spring at least, but have to see how that works out. All right, so okay, thank you for letting me know it sounds good. Let's get going with the residue, I guess. Let me get screen share. All right, here we go. It makes a good time to celebrate Smokey the Bear's 79th birthday this week. Happy birthday, Smokey the Bear. And you know what I say, Smokey the Bong. And it's 4:21 somewhere right now, folks. So it's time to plug it with a nugget, a Flat Earth Farms nugget, too, if you got it. All right, anyway, so there you go, right there, Smokey Bear's birthday. Smokey the Bear. That's some good residue there for you because he just turned 79 this week. Well, kind of last week, but same thing. But anyway, Smokey the Bear 79, and he says only you can hit the bucket bong. So do that. Make a bucket bong and hit it. His name isn't Smokey the Bear. It's just Smokey Bear. Well, here we got a Debbie Downer. Nolan Dick, we'll call him Nolan Dick, wrote this yesterday. 2 days ago. Okay, it was yesterday when I marked it. Anyway, so we got us a pushback here. If you grew up near the forests of the United States, or really if you just grew up anywhere in the United States, there's a good chance you were exposed to Smokey the Bear, maybe in school, maybe in televised PSAs. See, he does start out saying Smokey the Bear. Okay, anyway, or maybe in wilderness parks. Smokey the Bear has stood as a symbol for the protected our forests since the 1940s, which with generation after generation, I've gotten cottonmouth, growing up under his influence. But that's not his real name, is it? Maybe you already knew this, maybe you didn't, but there is no the in Smokey's full name. That's right, folks. It's just Smokey see, I can't even say it. It's just Smokey Bear. My goodness. So, we all just added the because, it sounded better. Yeah, that's it, And but I remember it being Smokey the Bear, and what are you gonna do? I mean, millions of people do. Why would we add the to his name? We don't, you just don't add shit to people's name unless they want you to. Uh, so I'm sticking to Smokey the Bear. That's my story, and that's what I remember. So there you go. All right. Ask Toffer, gardening in Florida heat. This is 2 days ago. And I think this is talking about, let me hit the F3 here. Yes. It says avocado. I never heard this word until I was 11 and saw my first specimen in a Navy commissary in Japan. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, I worked in a Navy commissary too, Navy Air Force, one, but anyway, Marines too. I mean, any of them can go, but I guess it's just saying which, if where it was at a Navy base or whatever. But anyway, so Navy commissary in Japan, and alligator pier. That's what my grandma called them, alligator pier. Pear, not pier. I was just like, what is that with alligator? Alligator pear. But says 4 times more than the nubby little Hass variety. And that's what, remember, Hass, not Hass. So here we go with some new Hass avocado residue for you right there. Nubby little Hass variety, not nubby little Hass variety. And I say, and I have a shirt for sale that says, "You bet your Hass it was Hass," because it was Hass. And getting back to the commissary thing, I worked for DECA, which is Defense Commissary Agency, which will probably turn into administration someday. I don't know. Anyway, probably would make more sense than agency, but all right. So we were a bunch of agents running around a commissary grocery store. All right. Anyway, so oh boy. And I worked in regular grocery stores too for years, and I worked in a big, gigantic produce company right here in Pensacola called Emerald Coast Produce. They're not around anymore, but they were the game in back in the day. They were the big boys to go to for produce. They had, our warehouse was ginormous. I mean, just you could get lost in it, and you could ask every single employee in there what was the main what avocado we had, and they would tell you Hass avocado every single time, and it was spelled with 2 A's, not like Hass with ass or whatever. All right, so moving on, we have another avocado residue article and residue. Hit the F3 again, and there we go. Now this one is very interesting. It's kind of funny. All right, so it says it also has to do with the fact that avocados do not grow true to seed. If you plant a Haas avocado seed, HAAS, like we remember, you will not get a Hass avocado fruit. Hass, okay. So they have both of them in this one, and then down here it says, this is kind of funny. It says because they use grafted clippings, they are genetically identical to the Haas avocados and will produce Hass. Oh no, that one does say Haas avocados. Okay, so they only have the Hass in there one time. So that one says if you plan to get a Haas avocado, you will not get a Hass avocado fruit. Yeah, no shit, because you said that down here. You'll get a Haas. Anyway, HAAS, folks. You bet your Hass it was Haas. All right, and that was a new article too. Let me show you. August 9th, 2023. Hammy Sammy and Chili Cheese Mick. Oscar Mayer, ambassador, spread miles from the Frankmobile in OKC. Because if you didn't know, the Wienermobile, which Wiener is Mandela affected spelling now, is called the Frankmobile now. They changed it to the Frankmobile. That's what they call it. No longer the Wienermobile. But Oscar Mayer, spelled with Meyer, like I remember it, is how these folks remember it, from July 8th, 2023. Right here, he's one of the Oscar Mayer ambassadors. Meyer with two E's. And now it's Oscar John Mayer Wieners. And nobody wants that unless you're into John Mayer's Wiener. Anyway, so it's spelled with an A, and that doesn't work for me, man. It was never. Yep. So they've got Meyer in here with the E, with double E, quite a few times, and this is Fox 25 News. That's one of the big boys there. Fox is like CBS, ABC, all them. So they shouldn't be getting that wrong, but they got it right in our book. All righty then, moving on. Portland, Oregon. Keep Portland wienered. Oscar Mayer's Wienermobile. Now this one they were still calling it the Wienermobile. Okay, so this was just a couple more months old here, but I've never seen this one or showed it. But look at here, right here. Keep Portland wienered. Oscar Mayer with two E's. Wienermobile is coming to Rose City. See, they just changed the name from Wienermobile to Frankmobile in the last month or so. Anyway, so there you go with some more Oscar Mayer, how I remember it. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't remember it being Oscar John Mayer, wieners. All right, Hot Dog Hell. Now this one is from February, but I never saw it or showed it, and I thought it was hilarious and a warning to those who go to Flattoberfest that if you're driving there your own car, be careful because there's a lot of catalytic converter thieves in Las Vegas. So this happened in Las Vegas earlier this year. Somebody stole the catalytic converters off the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile there. There you go. Oscar Mayer with two E's, like I remember, and hopefully you do too. Let me just check the okay, we got Tobin Swing in here now. Hey. We got the Simone Watchman. Hello. Good to see you. Jenny Murphy, Tartarian Prepper. Hello. Christian Soldier. Just trying to see if anybody else knew Austin Murphy. All right. I'll come back and do another shout out here in a little bit, but let me try to find back where I was here. Okay, I think I was moving. Yeah. All right, we were here on the Las Vegas. So there you go with the Oscar Mayer, not Oscar Mayer. Moving on, for me, there was no the. So the speaking of the Smokey the Bear, okay, um, I think the Mandela effect is added on. It's took the smoke the from Smokey the Bear and added it on to the Silence of the Lambs, because I remember only Silence of the Lambs, and there is a lot of other people that remember it being just Silence of the Lambs. And this book here certainly does. It says the Academy Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences awarded an Oscar last spring for Best Picture of the Year to Silence of the Lambs, not The Silence of the Lambs, like it is now. Here's a book on men and monsters, or monstrous men. And let me blow this up for you right here because it's so easy to. And she quotes one of the officers. I saw Silence of the Lambs, so I knew enough to get him the whole pin. So there you go, Silence of the Lambs. And then we have Silence of the Lambs, the true story of Gary Heidnik. Gary Heidnik was the serial killer whose crimes would become the inspiration for the Buffalo Bill character in the movie Silence of the Lambs, not The Silence of the Lambs. Alrighty. So let me just see what's going on here on my phone. Okay, we're good. We're good. And I'm just checking out the chat too, real quick before we go on. Okay. All right. So there we go. Alrighty. Here we go with August 10th, 2023. You can now tour the home of Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Where's the? Yeah, imagine that. But the if you Google it right now, it's going to say The Silence of the Lambs. If you were ever curious to see Silence of the Lambs serial killer Buffalo Bill's house, but would prefer to leave alive, then you are in luck next month. For a short time, you can tour the home as the abode for the Silence of the Lambs, other notorious killer, and you can even find Catherine Martin in the basement as Brooke Smith will be attending the tours. Wow, well, that's kind of cool for people that are into that. They can go to that house and tour it and everything. But clearly, a few times there, and not even one time to say The Silence of the Lambs. It's Silence of the Lambs, like I remember it. Silence of the Lambs, right in the title there. And fans now have a chance. This is another article about that, about the house being opened up next month in September. All right. And Jodie Foster was left terrified by Anthony Hopkins on the set of Silence of the Lambs. No, The Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster says, I avoided him as much as I could. Yep. Scary. Hello, Clarice. It's another one that is from that movie. And, we all remember him saying, hello, Clarice. But we just all invented that. Just, we rewrote the movie, like we're writing the Bible. Yeah. It's just us. Nothing to see here. Okay. All right. Moving on. I remember this next one very vividly, and there's a lot of residue for it. And I've showed a lot of residue for it. The movie Identity Theft has been stolen. Their name has been stolen and changed to identity thief. So anyway, like in the Bible, come as a thief. Anyway, right here, let's see. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, never mind. So I was. This is still some Silence of the Lambs residue right here. See right here, Silence of the Lambs was a 1991 movie starring Jodie Foster as a FBI agent, Clarice Starling. But this is talking about identity theft. I don't think it's talking about the movie Identity Theft, but I have definitely got some identity theft residue right here for you. Playing says, I noticed the movie with my favorite actress, Melissa McCarthy, in the movie Identity Theft. That's what I remember all day long. The movie was called Identity Theft, and now it's called Identity Thief. Imagine that. All right, and here we go right here. This is talking about siblings theft set for identity theft. So this is talking about the movie Identity Theft. In Seth Gordon's Universal comedy Identity Theft, not Thief, which it has become now. Thief. Get that blown up for you. Universal's comedy Identity Theft. That's what I remember. All right. Siblings theft set for identity theft. All right, well, that's the same one. Why did I have two of them? Well, if you didn't see it over there, here it is again. Identity theft. Comedy Identity Theft. That's weird. Save it twice. Home Depot. Yeah. My Home Depot. Ooh, boy. Had a shooting in it the other day. Home Depot sells sink, but Warren Buffett is betting big on housing. Home Depot sales dropped 2%. This is from one day ago. If you don't know, it's called the Home Depot now, and they claim it was never Home Depot, like most of us remember, if not all of us. Home Depot, not the Home Depot. And there's plenty of residue, and I mean plenty of it. Right here is talking about the incident, the shooting that happened a couple days ago here. Family of woman killed in Pensacola Home Depot, shocked to learn involvement of the suspect's mother. So a 20-year-old guy and his mother are both being charged with murder because he came from Alabama. He drove from Alabama after his mother egged him on and helped him, locate the victim. So this guy had a baby mama, 18-year-old baby mama that worked at Home Depot with his mama. They worked together. She drove his baby mama to work and then text his son, hey, don't shoot me when you shoot her. She just totally, a part of it. So they both are going to get charged with murder, as they should. And, people are just snapping left and right. I'll tell you. Right down the road. I live off of North Davis Highway, and that is right off of North Davis Highway. It's the closest Home Depot to my house. I've been there many, many, many times. So this isn't a mass shooting, this more than likely, happened. So I'm not trying to say it didn't happen or, whatever, but Home Depot right here a day ago, available at Home Depot, not the Home Depot. Home Depot customers go big on small products. Yesterday, 15 hours ago, including Home Depot and Exxon. Home Depot tops expectations again 1 day ago. Home Depot top profit and sales expectations in the most recent quarter, but sales continued to decline because people were getting shot in their stores. No, it's good. Yep, disturbing text show mom helping son plan the murder of his daughter's mother in Florida Home Depot. I tell you, it's pretty bad when a mom is helping her 20-year-old son with a murder. And she texted him apparently saying, "If you don't do it, you're a mofoking biatch." Told her son that if he doesn't go through with it. Sick. Home Depot 18 hours ago. Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Every one of these are Home Depot, not the Home Depot. Here's the article right here. Employee dead, one arrested after shooting. Well, two arrested now, of course. This is, yep. My local news never said the Home Depot one time. They had it all over the screen too. Home Depot. But it's never been the Home Depot now. All righty then. How about we talk about the most misquoted movie line reveals what we want and miss. This is from 18 hours ago, and there's been several different media outlets pushing back on what everybody remembers on that one and talking about it. So let's look at that real quick. Misquoted movie line reveals what we want and miss. 19 hours ago, my candidate for the most misquoted. Let me get some water. Feature movie line is from the 1988 film Field of Dreams. If you build it, he will come. However, what you often read and people say is, if you build it, they will come. Nowhere in the movie, if you build it, they will come is spoken. I know I downloaded the script, this person saying. However, there is something very close. If you build it, they will come toward the end of the movie. When a character, Terrence Mann, the 60-era writer who was gone in the seclusion and sees ghosts playing, blah, 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 blah. It says, people will come, Ray. So they're saying we took from people will come, Ray, and we changed changed it from he will come to they. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of baseball. I did see the movie when I was young, and this one's never been a big one for me, other than the fact that I recognize that it's a big one for a lot of people, including Brian Stavely, and a bunch in our community. But I'm telling you, they're talking about it. So I don't know if Snopes has done one on this, but Snopes.com, they're another one that just loves to mock and try and debunk the Mandela effect. But yeah, there's quite a few of these right now. This is from 19 hours ago. They're definitely talking about it. So this will send some more people looking into the Mandela effect. Now, does it even say the Mandela effect in here? I don't think so. That's interesting. Because usually any of these, places come, websites or magazines, whatever, are quick to jump on the Fiona Broom, explanation of the Mandela effect. It's not in there. They don't mention the Mandela effect. All right. So, we want to go back. We want to go back on that one. So, Field of Dreams ending explained. The Costner movies real meaning. Field of Dreams is a sports and motivational movie classic, and that's 2 days ago. If you build it, they will come. News a week ago. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come is a famous line from classic baseball movie Field of Dreams. This is the Herman Advertiser Courier, so that sounds like they remember it like most people do. If you build it, they will come. 2 weeks ago. There's another one. That's a baseball article there. For sure. If you build it, they will come from June 9th. It's a big one, you know. All right, so let me just go over here to the chat for a minute here. 20 people in here now. Hello, hello. GT 1982 Mustang. Sally. Mustang man. Rasta Pasta Bear in the house. Hello, hello. And let's see. Angela Baby Carson is still awake. Hello. Thanks for joining. Hello, hello, hello. All righty. Fruit Loops. Yeah, I've got some Fruit Loops coming up. That's funny that you said Fruit Loops, Samoan Watchman, because we're about to hit some Fruit Loops in a minute here. Yep. I just want to mention this. Sex in the City, right? We all know it was Sex in the City, not Sex and the City. But it is Sex and the City now. But just like that, they even got rid of that because they don't want you, thinking about sex in or and, the whole thing there. But what I've noticed is more and more people are taking the update on a lot of these Mandela effects, and I am finding less residue because of that. People are just giving up and saying, okay, I guess it was Sex and the City now, and it's getting harder to find Sex in the City residue, where a couple years ago it was easy. 4 years ago it was real easy, but like as the years go on, time goes on, people just keep taking the update, not us of course, but NPCs and people on their way to being an NPC. But anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that because I went through several, if not all, the pages tonight for Sex in the City, and I didn't find even one. So I mean, when it gets to that point where I can't even find one person remembering Sex in the City or whatever it is, it's like, yeah, it's getting to a crucial level of NPC-ness out there. Update taken mother freakers. All righty then. So moving on, we have brilliant actor Mark Rylance is Fruit Loops. Imagine that. There you go. Fruit Loops spelled the way we remember. How I remember seeing Fruit Loops and making a gazillion displays with them and ordering them and doing the accounting bookwork on them. I mean, it's just on and on and on. It was freaking Fruit Loops, Fruit, not ROOT. All righty then. I'm not, I don't eat cereal now, but when I did, it was never generic. And if Fruit Loops would have been spelled FROOT to me, that would have been a generic, and I wouldn't have ate it. I would have considered that generic. Oh man. Anyway. Master Chef Australia S15 Indian origin Adi Nevji's Fruit Loops cakes wins hearts. Man, that's a hell of a title. Fruit Loops, how we remember. Yay. And there it is, Fruit Loops cake. Like, how hard is that? I mean, anybody can bake a freaking cake, put some blue icing on it, and put some Fruit Loops on top of it. And she wins this master bullshit, whatever. Well, you know. All righty then. This is what Master Chef. I mean, wow. I guess people got too much time on their hands. Judges by the storm with her rendition of Fruit Loops cake. Fruit Loops spelled like we remember it. All right. Right here, the 75-minute challenge required the home cooks to prepare a dish using one of the many cereals in the mystery box: cornflakes, Cocoa Pops, which should be Cocoa Puffs, shouldn't it? Cocoa Pops, Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. I didn't eat those anyway. Fruit Loops, though, right here, spelled like we remember it. Fruit Loops with the real fruit. Wheat Bix, rice bubbles, and on and on, whatever. It's different stuff. So there you go. Fruit Loops. And that is. All right, here's another one. The Fruit Loops debate. This is from 2 months ago. It's got 68,000 views. This guy's got 235,000 subscribers. You should know podcasts. Well, this guy should know that it's not Fruit Loops anymore. It's spelled like this. It's got 2 O's in it to make it look like generic. And but he clearly remembers Fruit Loops, as you can see even in the video here. Fruit Loops. And there's a stupid backstory that says, oh, guess what? It was spelled like that before you were ever born. You know, so the backstory now, which we've seen plenty of these backstories be created and full of shit too. But anyway, that they got sued because it had the word fruit in it, you know, so it was Fruit Loops like we remember it for 1 year, and then they got sued and had to start spelling it with, I mean, that's a crock of shit, folks. I'm telling you, nobody has been around Fruit Loops more than me. If anybody's Fruit Loops, I should be Fruit Loops from all the Fruit Loops I have stacked, ordered, and purchased, and ate, and so forget about it. It was not FROOT. Hell no. All right. Here, how about J.C. Penney? Yeah. Search web instead for J.C. Penney. That's right, because it had 1 damn E, not 2 E's. And now JC is stuck to Penny. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I remember a space. Now they're just jammed together, but that could be another one, but or just me, but definitely remember the store JC Penney being spelled JC and then penny like a penny. J.C. Penney Company versus Westinghouse Electric Corporation. J.C. Penney, how we remember 1965. J.C. Penney, the big book, Spring and Summer. J.C. Penney Company. J.C. Penney, the man. All right. Anyway, I don't know if I had any more of that there. I think we got one more to look. Okay. Woman accused of shoplifting, charged with grand theft in whatever that is, August 14th, 2023. 3 days ago. Police arrest a woman accused of shoplifting from a department store Sunday. And it says the police department got a call from J.C. Penney on Mooney Boulevard. And it's J.C. Penney like we remember. J.C. Penney with only 1 E. I have an aunt named Penny, and she has only 1 E. And she definitely remembers J.C. Penney being only one E to like her name. Anyway, all right. Well, I knew I didn't have a lot this time, and there we go. We're right at about the time I thought we'd be at 50 minutes. It's usually about 50 minutes to an hour. Sometimes a little longer if I go out of my way to get a bunch more residue. But yeah, it only took less than an hour to get through that. There, I'm tickled. Um, like I said, I had to wait for my daughter for 4 hours in the car tonight. And ooh man, that was not fun sitting there. We got. Hold on, let me get. I got Cottonmouth. And Gaynar is in the chat there. I see Singe Man. Singe Man is a very lucky man for where he's at right now. I'm a bit jealous because he is on a farm, a very delightful farm right now. All right. Anyway, okay. Well, since I am done with the residue, I'll talk about what happened. My daughter, she's about to turn 23 in 9 days. But a couple years ago, it literally has been about 2 years now ago. She did something stupid and stole a few grocery items from Walmart. Which, let me tell you, with all the security they got, and this was through the self checkout or whatever, I would recommend nobody try to steal nothing from any store. I don't steal from anybody, but it's just stupid to try and steal from these stores. And these young people don't realize, that it's a lot harder these days to steal from these places than say when we were young, and could go into a store that might have had a camera, might not, whatever, but didn't have much security back in the day. Anyway, so she stole a few items and she got caught and she got put on in the pre-trial release program because she's never been in trouble before. And but then she did not follow through with what she was supposed to do in that pre-trial release, which it really wasn't a whole lot, but whatever, she didn't complete it right. And so she and then she moved back to Alabama because this was here in Florida. This happened here in Florida while she was living either with me or next to me. I don't remember, but at that time. And then, so where was I at? She moved back to Alabama, and then so they put a warrant out for arrest, and she's literally worked several places and drove all over the place and never got pulled over, I guess, and checked, and she didn't get picked up on the warrant until the other night when she was door dashing here in Florida. And a cop got behind her and ran her tag and ran